name is Ashley.
I'm Courtney. The great C Boogie.
Shut up. Today we're gonna be talking about what does it feel like now to be married?
I guess I'll start.
Yes.
To me, it doesn't feel any type of different. It feels the same. It's just actually saying things like wife or just anything like that. That's when it actually feels a little different. We've been living together already, so that's one thing. So I won't say if I would give advice to somebody else to not live together. Try not to live together as long as you can, but once you make that step, then you'll feel
like you pretty much seen everything.
Right.
Like,
you know how she snores.
First of all, I don't ever snore.
I'm not saying you, I'm just an example.
What?
Well, us getting married is now just a ring and, you know, having
being able to say husband and wife.
Being able to say husband and wife and having God's blessing on your relationship. But
and then I feel like for me, like I've never been a possessive person, so it was always hard for me to be like, oh, my boyfriend. Like I would just say Courtney or whatever, like, and so it's still hard for me to be like my husband because I've never been like a possessive person, so I don't like saying like my anything. Then for me also, like sometimes it just feels so surreal to know that we're married, because it's just like, I guess when some people would feel like it's going to be a dramatic change once you get married, but like for me it's really not. So sometimes I have to like remind myself like, oh my god, I can't believe I'm married. I mean, we were engaged for a year, we were together for 4.5 years. I think it would have been it will be 5 years in February if I'm not mistaken.
We never had like an anniversary.
Right, we never celebrate
did
like
that
anniversary stuff like that. Like
that y'all be doing.
Shut up. If y'all do that, that's fine. Like for me, like this, we'll be celebrating on like our anniversary, like December 7th, 2019. And that will be like the only anniversary that we celebrate.
Right, but not, oh yeah, you've been my boyfriend for a year, so on this date. Honestly, there was no date that we started.
Like I can't remember because this guy.
It wasn't a date though. It just wasn't a date.
This guy
it was
would
just genuinely like,
say, "Oh yeah, this is my girl." This is my, and I'm like, "Well, when did that even happen?" Like, you know, we never.
She ain't never questioned it. She ain't
never
questioned it.
That's not, you know what? That is not even a topic for today.
Yeah.
So, what do we do now? Honestly, one thing that I can say that we haven't done often that we used to do, because we were we had to do like a premarital class, and it was called Marriage God's Way. And they would always encourage us to do date night at least one night. I can honestly say, date night once a week. I can honestly say that we literally do not do that anymore.
I think it's just a lot of reasons. One, like weddings are expensive, and we had a lot to pay for. So when the wedding's over, the honeymoon's over, it's like, all right, back to reality. You have bills and things we have to make up for.
And I think it went into playing like some of the things that we wanted to plan for in the future, but they made it very clear in the premarital class that it doesn't necessarily have to mean that we're spending money. So that's not even a good excuse. We just literally had
but if you do that, then you have to think about what do you call a date then, because us going to the movies used to count, but then
it did.
And then you
that's what I'm saying. I do consider that a date. What I'm saying is we were supposed to stick to date night every week. Anyways, so
your own
goals. So literally one of the things that we ended up doing, like as soon as we got back and after dealing with the hassle of losing our bags when we were overseas, we opened up a joint account. Some of the things I had to do, let me tell you, y'all, I now truly understand why some people keep their name, because it has nothing to do with disrespect to like the person you're marrying, but Lord, all the stuff that I had to do, and I'm not even done yet. Like, it's so much that I had to do to change my name. Like, it's crazy. So, like, that was one of my goals. It's short term or whatever, but I'm still dealing with it. Like, I'm not even done yet.
Have goals, but one thing we just have to set short term goals, meet those, and then they'll meet the bigger picture. Like, whether it's, I don't need to go into details about what some of our goals are, but when you see them though, you're like, oh wow, they really were working. And anybody knows me, I know I got my hands in a lot of different things to try to make us better in life. So when they happen, you're like, wow, they were really working.
kids. So this is funny because like before we got married, honestly, I was having baby fever like crazy.
Right.
Like seriously. And so in the back of my head,
right,
I thought that once we got married, that was it. Huh?
She ain't want no smoke.
Shut up. I thought that once we get married, that's a wrap. And we literally had talked that like, okay, basically once we get married, I would go off my birth control, and if I got pregnant, let it happen naturally. Not more so like, oh my God, I'm ovulating, we gotta do it right now. Like not that deep into, because it was not that serious. But literally the leading up to the last pill that I had in my birth control, and we were on the honeymoon, and I was taking my last pill, and I was like, oh my goodness, I don't think I can, like, I literally got anxiety. Like, I could not do it. Like, I took the last pill, but I immediately tried to figure out how I was going to refill my next birth control pack. And not that we do a lot of partying, but we like to travel a lot. And not saying that, like, we can't take our kids with us, but I do feel like
it's going to hinder the experience, and
we're just gonna we're gonna have to tone on that a little bit. Like, we're not rich out here, so we can't just be going everywhere with a whole backpack full of kids.
Speaking of, because I want 6 kids, she knew that when jumping. She knew that when
I knew that, but it's easy to say you want 6 kids until you have the first one. Let's see how we get through the first one. We already discussed that.
Like I said,
we shall see.
I want 6 kids, and I met her. She was like, she's not having no kids until she got married, which is very noble. On a spiritual level, I definitely understood that, even if that's not where she was coming from, that no kids, that my mother put that on me seriously. First you get married and then you have kids. So once it changed, once we got married, at the same time I was like, dang, we married, but that don't mean we need to just jump to it. So once she made this decision on her own to not get off the birth control, I wasn't upset, because I do agree.
Right, I knew he was gonna go whenever I said it. It's not like he was like completely eager.
Right, I ain't gonna be like, no, you need to go ahead and have my babies.
Right.
But they gonna come. I'm not worried about that. God gonna bless us regardless. So I just wanted to make sure that she was ready. And when she said she wasn't, and she wanted to stay on the birth control for another 6 months or whatever, or however.
6 months to a year is what I'm like. I'm not going past a year because y'all, I'm old. Like,
you're not even old.
In my eyes, I'm old. I'm not trying to be like grandma in elementary.
But honestly though, regardless, because even whoever watched this video, they will probably guess that you're 16 years old. Like, it's nothing about you that says
not
old.
That foolish.
So it's no
like 20, but
you still got ID.
Yeah.
You still got ID.
I know. I'm just saying, it doesn't matter what I look like. Yeah, it matters my age. Like, in the back of my mind, I'm always gonna know how old I am.
Nah,
period. Not anyways. So basically, that's where we're at. That's where we're at with kids. Is recent struggles. I don't think that we really actually went through any type of struggles. I think when people say that, they're more so referring to like the people that haven't lived together, don't know each other on that type of level. Because it's like when you do move in with each other, it's like, oh my God, like definitely when we moved in together originally, I definitely had some things that I couldn't stand. I definitely had some things I couldn't stand.
But the circumstances was very different as far as like.
Well, I'm not referring to like anybody else besides me and you,
right?
Or
but
whatever.
The circumstances though, like we were in a room for the most part. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it's not even just that. It's
you gonna really see how somebody lives.
When you grow as a couple, and then maybe just maturity in yourself, certain things, the small things don't even matter anymore. It's like you literally learn to live with it, and everything isn't worth, learning to live with. Right. But like little stuff like pet peeves that people have or whatever. Like he does this thing in the shower that irks me, and I'm not even in the shower with him, but I know he's doing it or whatever, and it kills me or whatever. But it's like, whatever. Moving on. It's not even.
I'm worried for how y'all gonna think. Whatever she's talking about.
It's not even.
I'm worried about how she gonna think.
It's nothing with genitals, if that's what y'all
right. Nah, it ain't even like a pissing in the shower or nothing. I'ma say it.
And that's how
I'm gonna say it. I blow my nose in the shower.
Yes, and it's like
whoop-de-doo.
That would just blow me.
It's like, all going down the drain.
It doesn't matter, no, because let me tell y'all, don't even know how nasty. Like sometimes it be boogers on the shower curtain. I be like, what? Why? I'm not sicing it. That is, how else would I know that you've done it if I haven't seen the evidence?
It was there.
Doe was there. Anyway.
It been there.
No, shut up. What do we do for fun? Top 5, top 1, traveling. Like, I love traveling. Funny enough, like every time we travel, I swear, like every time we go somewhere, there's at least one argument, and it be the pettiest stuff. Sometimes it's not even just like us going on a vacation or going to travel. It's like literally that one instance where we like literally been drinking or whatever. We can literally argue over McDonald's. Argue over why I haven't worn this bra and underwear set, like what the word, like look like really petty stuff or whatever.
But it'd be big arguments.
It's so stupid. I'm like, dog, shut up.
Nah, it always is something. But at the same, even though it is always something though, it's not like hindering like us.
Yeah,
like it'll last for that night when we lit, then wake up the next morning.
We'll be like, anyways, move on.
And I feel like that's so strong in a relationship. You gotta be like that. Like before we started this video, I was pissed at her. But it's like you just gotta move on. You just gotta move on. And if you can't do that, if somebody can't be the bigger person and move on, even if you're the one that's mad about whatever situation, you're gonna have issues. So I feel like that's big. But traveling is one thing we do for fun. I feel like eating, I wish we could be like restaurant tasters or different restaurants.
We love eating is something we do for fun.
I feel like going to the different places that we go to.
Well,
like we'll try different experiences or drinking different drinks. Like we'll go out our way if this spot has a certain drink that's causing a lot of noise, or food that has been kitchen whatever. I ain't gonna do no promotion, but like different. Now I'm talking about when we go out.
Yeah.
And
so
like,
when we go out, most of the time if we going somewhere and it's like a special new place, it's either Valentine's Day, my birthday, his birthday, whatever, something like that. And then now we got something to add to the list. Anniversary, yay! But so yeah.
Which is all in the same month. Y'all gotta pray for me, y'all. I got her anniversary December 7th. Her birthday December 15th. And then Christmas December 25th. What am I gonna do?
First of all,
what am I gonna do?
It's not that deep because I already said, like, I'm not the one that want for much at all. So like, anniversary and birthday could be the same thing for real.
What else we do for fun? We like to
go
to
the movies. We
definitely some
really
movie heads and
horror movies.
Horror movies, big time. Every horror movie that comes out, we see it But we go to the movies, period. But every horror movie, that's like the first thing we watch, period. Over comedy, over action, drama. Horror is everything.
Another thing is like we also like hanging out with our friends. Like he has a big group of friends. I have a big enough group of friends.
Shout out to my brothers.
So basically, it's like most of the time, like if I'm with him and we with his friends, I'm like the only girl always. 9 times out of 10. Or it could be like
consider her a brother. Like when we have outings, it be like no females, but it's always like, oh no, actually good though. She don't count. Like that's just what it is, man. When you get to that situation, man, she done seen all of them wild out and had their phases and stuff. So it's like she been there. She been there.
But anyway, so we normally do like little kickbacks. We've done like little overnight trips to like Deep Creek or whatever. Little stuff like going to New York. Just little stuff like that. Like, and then of course we aren't always together. So there's things that I do on my own. My friends just think that he does his own with his friends or whatever. Like being married doesn't mean that you literally have to do every single last thing together. Like you do need to maintain your identity. Like how is it being the only couple within your friends that's married?
That's the only way I can get out with the fellas. It's his birthday. It's like nah. I'm joking.
Whatever he want to do, he pretty much does it. It's same for me, like honestly. But
I feel like.
What was that face?
I ain't say nothing.
I'm gonna poke you in the eye.
I ain't say nothing.
I feel like pretty much for both of us. Sometimes, let me tell you, I be so lazy sometimes, and I'm sure it's the age that's getting to me, but I don't even be wanting to go out no more. Like I'm so washed. Like I really want to go out.
I still have the energy to go out.
Right, he be like ready to go no matter
anyway.
what, no matter what.
In my family, I'm just a night out.
Don't even matter the day, like.
Right, I mean, but that's how I've always been. But now it's like, I just be in the house now and I just can't sleep, so I just be playing PlayStation and staying out of trouble. So that's how it works.
That's all we have for you guys today. That concludes all our topics and questions.
Subscribe, like, share. We're gonna start this right now.